Hello Wrexham fans. How are you? I hope you're doing well, and look, Wrexham is signing a player worth every penny and then some. Stay until the end and I'll tell you everything and more. But first, subscribe to the channel and leave a like to receive all the latest news from the Red Dragons. Before I tell you the big news, here's the latest and greatest news from Wrexham AFC. Guys, check this out. The 2025 and 2026 championships are still in their infancy, but neither Wrexham nor Sheffield Wednesday have managed to win them so far. And there's already a lot happening before this match. Sheffield Wednesday is under pressure and has a big problem. One of their key players is injured and will miss the match against Wrexham. On the other hand, Phil Parkinson also has a lineup headache, as Josh Windass, a former Wednesday player and now a key player for the Red Dragons, will be out for up to 6 weeks. So, will Wrexham miss him in this crucial match? Even with this absence, Wrexham's situation is much more stable than Sheffield Wednesday's. The opposing club is facing a real crisis: financial problems, a transfer embargo, and even late salary payments. This has led to several players leaving the team, including Windass, who ended up terminating his contract and joining Wrexham. And it doesn't stop there. The dissatisfaction of Sheffield Wednesday fans is only growing. They have been protesting throughout the season and are already planning another massive demonstration in Wales, specifically during the match against Wrexham. The idea is to make their presence felt with a sea of black and yellow, carrying banners, balloons, and even inflatables in these colors to demonstrate their anger against the club's owner. Can you imagine the atmosphere inside the stadium? And speaking of fans, this game promises to be packed. Sheffield Wednesday announced that tickets for the match at Racecourse Ground are already sold out. 1,293 away tickets were allocated, and all have already been sold. This is the first time the Owls have played there since 2004, so anticipation is high. Now, I want to hear from you. Even without Josh Windass, do you think Wrexham will come out on top in this match, or can Sheffield Wednesday pull off a surprise? Folks, this second piece of news is deeply moving for the entire Reds community. On July 22nd, Wrexham lost one of its greatest legends, Joey Jones, who passed away at the age of 70. Jones wasn't just any player. He played for Wrexham in over 370 matches over 3 spells, and today, at the racecourse, starting at 12:30 p.m., a celebration of his life and legacy will take place. But Joey's greatness extended beyond Wrexham. He won historic titles with Liverpool, including the League Cup and the European Cup, and also wore the jerseys of Chelsea, Huddersfield Town, and the Wales national team in over 70 appearances. On the pitch, he was a true winner. Off it, he was remembered for his humility and the respect he instilled in everyone around him. Wrexham manager Phil Parkinson himself emphasized how much Joey served as a role model, both for his brilliant career and his character. The most moving thing is realizing that Joey Jones was not only an idol, but also a reflection of the soul of Wrexham. He showed that, even with so many achievements, humility and team spirit are what truly define a champion. Today, with all the visibility the club enjoys worldwide, Joey's memory serves as a reminder of what this team and this city represent. A legacy that goes far beyond football. Folks, Wrexham lost 2-1 to Southampton in their opening match and then lost again, this time to West Bromwich Albion at the racecourse. But don't worry, there's still a long way to go and time for the players to gel. And look, more reinforcements could be on the way. Wrexham and Birmingham City are vying for the signature of Lewis Kumas from Liverpool, in a deal that could reach a staggering £10 million. That's right, the same amount the club already spent on Nathan Broadhead and could spend on Doyle. Could another transfer record be on the horizon? According to the Liverpool Echo, both Wrexham and Birmingham are trying to secure a permanent deal for Kumas, who is currently seen as one of Liverpool's most promising young players. To give you an idea, the newspaper said the club believes Kumas has even more potential than Bobby Clark, who recently left for Red Bull Salzburg for £10 million. And what's more, Wrexham could have an advantage in this dispute. This is because Kumas's family owns a restaurant in the Wrexham area, meaning the player already has a special connection with the club. Could this influence his choice? Now, speaking of numbers, Birmingham has already brought in 12 reinforcements, including Kyogo Furuhashi for £10 million. Wrexham, on the other hand, has signed 10 new players, exceeding £20 million in investment this summer alone. And if they do indeed sign Doyle and Kumas, that figure could surpass £30 million. Is this a statement of intent from owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, or is it? They're not planning on stopping anytime soon. And to round off today's news, let's talk about a signing that could completely transform Wrexham's defense. The club is very close to signing Callum Doyle in a deal valued at up to £8 million. And look, this move has everything to do with Phil Parkinson's urgent need to bolster the defense, as the team has shown vulnerability in the early rounds of the season. For those unfamiliar with him, Doyle is a 21-year-old defender, a product of Manchester City, who has been attracting attention for some time. He had notable spells with championship clubs and was even considered for a Premier League role after a few successful loan spells. One of the most memorable periods of his career was at Sunderland, where he played 44 games, scored 1 goal, provided 3 assists, and, most importantly, gained traction as a modern defender. According to expert Ethan Todd, who closely followed this stint, Wrexham fans can be excited because Doyle has exactly the profile the club needs. And what makes him special? His strength is his quality on the ball. Being left-footed and having trained at City, he offers a much cleaner and more intelligent way to get the ball out, something Wrexham needed. Furthermore, he combines reading the game, calmness in defense, and physical presence. After all, we're talking about a 6 feet 2 inches defender. Of course, he's not perfect. He lacks that explosive run that some defenders have, but since Wrexham doesn't press so high, this shouldn't be a major issue. In practice, he'll be an immediate starter on the left side of a back three, linking up very well with James McLean on the flank. And, folks, there's another interesting detail. Doyle has been practically a lucky charm for the clubs he's played for. In 3 of the last 4 seasons he's been on loan, the team he's with has challenged for titles or earned promotion. This shows the impact he can have on the pitch. Now about the price. £8 million is steep, yes, but experts rate Doyle as a 9.5 out of 10 signing. In other words, an investment that could yield much more than one might imagine. If confirmed, Doyle will be the second most expensive signing in Wrexham's history, behind only Nathan Broadhead. And a detail: the club overcame competition from Rangers and Sheffield United to convince the player to come to North Wales. This is further proof that Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney are truly delivering on their promise to invest heavily and to think about Wrexham not just for today, but for the future. They want to consolidate the team in the championship and, who knows, dream even bigger. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think Doyle will truly be the game changer in Wrexham's defense? Is this whole investment worth it? If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates about our Red Dragons. And don't forget, you're special. See you next time.